This is all, yeah, all facts. Whoa, this is all facts, all facts, all facts, all facts. This is all facts. All facts. This is all. This is all facts. All facts. This is all. This is all facts. Yeah. Hey. This is all facts. All facts. This is all facts. Hey. This is all, yeah, all facts. Whoa, this is all facts. All facts. All facts. All facts. This is all facts. All facts. This is all. This is all facts. All facts. This is all. This is all facts. Yeah. Hey. This is all facts. All facts. This is all facts. Hey. This is all, yeah, all facts. Whoa, this is all facts. All facts. All facts. All facts. This is all facts. All facts. This is all. This is all facts. All facts. This is all. This is all facts. Yeah. Hey. This is all facts. All facts. This is all facts. Hey. This is all, yeah, all facts. Whoa, this is all facts. All facts. All facts. All facts. This is all facts. All facts. This is all. This is all facts. All facts. This is all. This is all facts. Yeah. Hey. This is all facts. All facts. This is all facts. Hey. This is all, yeah, all facts. Whoa, this is all facts. All facts. All facts. All facts. This is all facts.
Hello, 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 hello.
Check, check, check.
No, you hear me?
All facts. This is all. This is all facts. All facts. This is all facts.
Check, check.
Hey. This is all
check.
All facts. All facts. This is all
4, 5, 6.
All facts. Hey, this is all, yeah, all facts. Whoa, this is all facts, all facts, all facts, all facts. This is
Hey, hello everybody. How y'all doing out there in YouTube world, TikTok world, you know what I mean, Facebook world. All right, man, it's All Facts, episode 57, right? 56. Now we're on 57. I don't care what he think.
Yeah,
right,
it is 57.
We're on 57. I'm correct today. Normally I'm wrong, but I'm right. All right, so check it out,
when
man.
you're wrong,
I ain't gonna admit to being
really
wrong.
right.
No, but I'm still right. All right, so check
bro,
it
they
out.
thought we was burned down.
Hey,
bro.
look, man, look. So before we get started with the burn down situation, I'm Jay Bird, man. I keep today Abe on the other side of me today because we put the sexy person in the middle. All right, you know, we got a special guest today. You know what I mean, Miss Tanya Thompson.
Special.
Did I say it right?
Tanya Candy Thomas.
Tanya, okay, my bad, Tanya Candy. I didn't know it had. I didn't know it had a whole dessert that went with it. You know what I mean? but if, hey, wherever float her boat, you know what I mean? I'm all in. All right, but hey, so I know everybody. I just want to thank everybody for all the calls, all the support, man. It has been
appreciate y'all.
It has been a heck of a 13 hours. We've been out here 13 hours here all day. We ain't left. Y'all know how it is. I get here at 5 in the morning, and today 5 in the morning was a little different.
I was here at 5 in the morning. Y'all know,
right? You know, I had to call Abe, man. Like
when Bird called me at 5 in the morning, I know it's something didn't go right.
Right, and
something wrong.
And man, and
every time.
One of my customer, I can't believe it, Kev. I know if you out there watching, Kev was here, or he was here this morning, beat me. Couldn't believe it. I got here at 5:06, and Kev called me and told me the building was on fire, and I didn't even know what to expect.
100 fire trucks beat you here too.
Hey man, so when I got here, they had the road blocked off. Man, the fire had just started building up when I first walked up, and it was like just watching your life turn, man, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. We okay. All right, we okay. By the grace of God, nobody was hurt. You know what I mean? Howard was there. Howard was in the building, and he didn't even hear the fire trucks tear down our building. Right? He
tearing down the back door.
They told us. Hey, I love you. Hey, for every fireman that showed up today, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all cared about us with a great deal. Y'all treated us real good, except for y'all killed my back door.
All our back doors. Matter of fact, every single door they killed.
Killed, man. We
and
took,
our roof.
Right, man. We water damage, we smoke damage, and then we door lock damage, man. You know they put a lot of emphasis on getting in the door, and
they got in.
Man, yeah, man. I ain't gonna front, man. Y'all hurt my heart.
But I appreciate y'all.
I do, man. I appreciate y'all too. But y'all hurt my heart when I seen my security door, man.
I rolled down door in the back.
Man, y'all don't even know how much money me and Abe had to come up with to get that, man. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know what we're going to do about that, but we're going to pray that somebody out there, man, listen to this, man, and want to just help us out.
Can you bless us?
Man, we need some blessings, man.
We need some blessings.
Just door lock blessings, man. At this moment, we was able to scavenge a lot of things out of
if y'all want to help us with some pain and some whatever y'all want to help us out with, we need it.
I want to thank Brandon, man. He showed up today. He helped clean up. Ray Perryman, he showed up, man. They was all here this morning ready to clean.
Hey, Big Man was here at 5 in the morning with us.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Big showed up this morning, man. Just show you the All Facts love. He came through, man, and just he sat out there with us, talked to the police, the firemen with us, man, and all the firemen was great. I want to definitely always say that they treated us with love, and they knew us and we didn't know them.
They held us down. They saved us.
Yeah, man. They told us.
I ain't never seen that many fire trucks at one fire.
Right.
In my life.
Right, but it went up though. Man. I watched the building go up like fireworks.
Yeah, they saved us though.
Right, and he told us. He said, "Hey, man, they must like you in the fireman world." He said, "Cause you got firemen saying don't let y'all burn down."
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So, let us burn down.
Right, so
many trucks out there.
Man, so for all the Turners that work for the fire department, all the Gamages, Mr. Danby, man, I'm leaving somebody out. There's somebody I'm leaving out, man. I know Todd. I want to say, man, thank you, man, because Y'all definitely made
DeSalle?
DeSalle showed up today.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of fireman love, man. And we heard all y'all on dispatch, man. We on dispatch listening to our friends and save our buddy's building. You know what I mean? So, man, I appreciate that, man. Just to let you know that you got, friends somewhere that you don't even know and they looking out for you. You know what I mean? So
we don't know what happened.
We have no clue.
But if y'all have a clue,
man,
we need y'all to tap in.
Call Crime Stoppers, man. Something, man. Let everybody know who burned us, who tried to burn us down, man.
How can they support? Say it again.
Man, look, hey,
they can support us on the GoFundMe.
Man, we got.
Big man, can you post that for us?
We got a GoFundMe going up, man. Just
we gotta get this roll gate for the back.
Yeah, we gotta get some. We just need some armed security doors. You know what I mean? And right now, we don't know as far as insurance go because I found out today, knowing that a fireman or a police officer they don't insure. You know what I mean? So that's what I learned today. That was my first lesson. I got it at 8:30 this morning. You know what I mean? That if the fire department had to do it,
if it's an emergency,
then
they ain't covered.
They don't cover. You know what I mean? So. And we ain't looking for we ain't looking for no $1 million, man.
We just need a little something so we can fix these
wherever you
damages.
come, if 200 people pitched in $1, man, we all good, man. Go on and put us in. We take 200, but we'll take it, right? Because we ain't tripping.
But we need 2,000.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but we need 2,000. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, I just want to tell you how it ain't that because we gonna survive no matter how you look at it.
Yeah, we gonna make it work.
You know what I mean? But we did put up a GoFundMe, man, just to help us get some doors around here, man, because our doors got attacked today, but like I say, we still great. Yeah, our roof got attacked, but I
got attacked the most today. You see how it smell like a brisket in here, bro?
Yeah, man, it do smell. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I smell like a fine rib.
It smell like
you know what I mean?
Cooking.
So I just wanted to let everybody know, brief that real quick, put that out, man, that we okay. All right, and thank you for everybody that shared the post today.
We appreciate all
that, man. All the love, man. I can't stress that enough because when we down in something, it's funny because it seems like we be down over here a little bit.
We taking
we take some L's, but we're gonna keep a smile on our face. And we opened up anyway today because I remember a while ago, man, we had something bad out in the front, and there was a Hispanic police officer, man. He pulled me to the side. He heard me telling everybody we was gonna close, and he said he didn't want me to do that. He wanted me to open up my doors because no matter what, if this was a gas station and something happened in front of it, as soon as we leave, people pulling up to get gas. Right. So if you don't look like you open, then people not never coming back. Right. So we made sure we opened up our doors today, just so we let everybody know that we wanted to keep the foot traffic coming in, even though it smelled like we was barbecuing. You know what I mean? So. All right, so
thank you.
Thank you. Gracias, all that stuff like that.
We about to move on to the special.
All right, yeah.
To Miss Tanya Candy Thomas.
Hey, so do they call you Candy?
Yeah.
So that's your nickname is Candy.
Candy, yes.
Okay, all right.
Why they call you Candy?
Well, your name ain't Tanya to me no more. Then.
It's Candy. I don't know. I got that name from birth.
From birth?
From birth.
Okay.
Yes, from birth.
All right. So that means you give out good sugar then.
You remember candy come in a variety of flavors.
Okay, all right.
Sweet, sour, tangy, gooey, all that.
Okay, yeah, I ain't heard of gooey before, but that ain't something we should be talking
gummy
about
bears,
right now.
gooey, gummy, you know what I'm saying? It's a candy.
Man. Sounds like a licorice to me. I'm with you on that note.
Boy, I got a little flirting going on over there.
I'm with you on that note. You know what I mean?
Mistakes are made for a reason, though.
I want to know about what that because I seen that on the front end.
First, I want to know what made you want to write a book. What made you want to do that?
That have always been something I've wanted to do from a kid, and I've wrote many books, but they was journals and they was personal journals. Nothing I've never I ever published. And then the pandemic hit. A lot of time was on my hand.
Yeah,
the stuff that was trying to eat at me was coming to the surface. So I began to write. And that's when I came up with, the book itself.
So what kind of book would you call this? Like, what kind of read is it?
It's empowerment.
Empowerment?
Empowerment, yes. It's a come to Jesus moment.
Okay.
It's the things that I had to go through, that I was traumatized as a kid, that if I didn't have some Christ in me, I would have withered away.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I read some of the books, so
Okay.
I know the story.
Okay.
All right.
But you know, they don't know the story,
Okay.
but we got to give them, I don't know how much you want to give them. I mean, we can't give it all to them because we want them to go buy the book.
Okay.
But let's start at the beginning.
Okay.
So before we start, so I haven't read the book.
Okay.
Right? But I mean, something that popped out at me was I noticed that you got your slogan on the front and the back. And when you have a slogan for something, I want to know, like, where did that take you? What made you say this is what's my when I put my book out in my name, this is what I want you to remember me by?
Mistakes is made for a reason?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The title. When I was writing the book, I was struggling with a title. I had so many titles, but none of them popped out the impact what I was putting in the book.
Right.
And so one day, my oldest granddaughter, I believe it was her junior year, she came home and she had a paper in her hand, and I had asked her, how was her day? And what took place in school? And she said, well, we had assignment, and it was this, that, and the third. And one of the questions was, if you can star in your own movie or write a book, what would you name it? And she said, mistakes are made for a reason. I was like, whoa. And that just hit me because I was in the midst of writing at that moment. I stopped her, to receive her that day. And it hit me, but I didn't let her know. She was all boggled down. So after she said it and dismissed herself and went to her room, I went in there, I knocked on the door, I said, T, I said, I'm writing and I don't have a name. I said, can I use that for my book?
You have to ask, can I have that?
Yes. She perked up, she sat up, she said, Mom, you like that? I said, yes. I said, can I use it? She said, yes. And that's how it became the title of my book.
It was perfect.
Okay.
It was perfect. Yeah.
Hey, look.
That's
They say
that's
kids
beautiful, though.
They say kids tell the truth.
Yeah.
That's nothing else. They gonna tell you the truth. Your breath stink, they gonna tell you. All right, so I just like to know where meanings
How
come
far
from.
was you into the book when she gave you that title? Was you about done?
Yes, I was past halfway done when she told me, and we was her, I, and my daughter. We were still coming up with names, and we had probably about 30 of them, but none of them hit. But when she said that,
It felt good.
that was the name, and it was so fitting because the whole book is talk about my childhood trauma, and I was a mistake from conception. My parents was having an affair. My mother was married and my father was married, but they wasn't married to each other. So that's the mistake right there on their part. I'm not a mistake by no means. I just want to put that out there.
But on that,
on their part. And so then I was born, and I was the deciding factor if my mother's marriage would be able to withstand what she did wrong. And my stepdad couldn't accept it, and thank God that he accepted me. He accepted me. He never turned his back on me. But it did. Their marriage couldn't stand that. He couldn't
It couldn't
digest
last
that.
because of that?
Because of
Yeah.
it could. And it was hard. It wasn't just for him. It was hard for my siblings that's older than me. I have 4 siblings.
That was by him?
him, yes. I have 4 brothers and a sister that's older than me, and that's their dad. And the boys didn't have a big issue with it, but my sister, she had a major issue with it.
I mean, did you just have one sister?
I have 4 sisters younger than me and 1 older than me.
Okay.
But the one older than me, she the only one had a problem with it because she would have been daddy's only girl, But since he accepted me, it bothered her. And her and I are 9 months apart. So that was a factor, and she would always antagonize me, my dad this and our dad this, and and she knew how that made me feel. So that was a mistake right there.
You just kind of throw it in your face?
Every chance she get.
So I'm gonna say this. I notice with black families, that's like real. That's real because I didn't have that, but I watched my family members go through that. I come from a big family on my dad's side, and I come from a big family on my mom's side too. And I think it's an entitlement with siblings, and when you would think that that's not a place you would get it, that's where you're getting it from.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You know what I mean? That when you look at your sibling and he, so I tell people this all the time, I got kids, and my kids' mothers had other kids too. But when Christmas time come, I don't just buy my kids something. I make sure everybody got something. Because I used to watch some of my other cousins get done wrong because one of them had a dad and the other two didn't, right? You know what I mean? So they'll tear his stuff up, right? Because they didn't like, that they dad never brung them nothing, right? So, so the one that got a dad, he got a little, he felt the way you felt, right? He's like, man, is it my fault that my dad came to mess with me? It's not. You know what I mean? It's not. You didn't do nothing wrong, right? So I just want to put that out there that I've seen that in my family members. We even got stuff where people got the same last names, but just because y'all don't got the same mom, you know what I mean? So you're the other side, right? You know what I mean? So I just be wanting to say that, sometimes it's just a person, man. And I notice in black families, we do that to each other a lot, and I don't know where it come from, but man, that kills your siblings,
That kills
man.
the family.
That kills, especially at funeral time.
Oh yeah, especially at funeral time.
Funeral time, man. That my dad stuff or like that my mom stuff, man. I tell people all the time. We talk about that here all the time, man.
Yeah.
I work at the mortuary, man. That is a killer for a black family, man. When somebody died and they got 10 kids and there's just one person dad, like, well, he got 10 kids, but he just your dad, right? It makes no sense. Right, it makes no sense.
Everybody feel like they was the closest.
Right, entitlement, man. It's just an entitlement thing.
So in the book, you have some mother traumas.
Yes, some other traumas. Is that what you said?
Mother traumas.
Mother traumas.
Mother traumas.
Yes.
Can we talk about that?
I'm an open book. Yes, we can talk about anything.
Start with when you were born, because it's, I know what it says. It says when you were born. I want you to tell them what happened.
When I was born, that's hard. When I was born, once I was born, everyone always show up at the hospital. They want to see, and I believe this is a culture thing as well.
Right.
They want to see who the baby look like. And especially with all the rumors about, that's such and such baby, when my mom was pregnant, that's such and such baby. They want to see if I look like her husband.
They want to know whose it was.
Yes, so everybody's there. They looking. They go to her room. She never uttered a word. She was discombobulated. And the only thing that she said was my name, and that was it. It didn't bring her no joy. It didn't bring her no peace. And I recall one time I asked her about this, and she said, "You're lucky you're here. I should have crossed my legs and broke your fucking neck." And excuse my language, but I'm mimicking what she said to me, repeating it, And that have always stayed with me. And I think I was about 9 years old when this conversation took place.
She told you that she would have broke your
So, I guess you can take a couple different ways because our black mothers, man, like, I'm gonna say they're a little stronger than most men. You might not pay attention, but mentally, I think most of our black mothers are a little stronger. You know what I mean? So, I know that what you just said, that you can take that as a bad way, especially when you say it to a 9-year-old. You know what I mean? Because a 9-year-old really don't know what you're talking about, right? You know what I mean? But that's
break your neck.
But no. So
It's harsh. There's no other way to take it. It's as harsh as it can be.
right? I mean. So I'm gonna say this. I know because, like I said, now that I'm going through some things with stuff that I go through, and like I said, I've been reading. I keep saying that. I iterate that a lot. I've been reading a little bit because I got a harsh conversation too. Right, I'm very harsh. You can ask Abe; he'll tell you in 5 seconds, man, bro, you don't really have to tell him that. But I really just want to be real, right? And being real ain't something that I just want to tell the truth. And I think that black people, we tell the truth. We might say it at the wrong time, You know what I mean? But we're telling you the truth, right?
Yeah.
Because sooner or later, that same thing is going to make you stronger.
That's fact.
Amen.
You know what I mean? That same conversation
Amen.
is going to get you through a time where you can't pay your bills, where you in a relationship you may not want to be in. You know what I mean? So black people, we going to give you something that's going to make you feel like, man, that's crazy that my mother would tell me that. You know what I mean? Like my dad used to tell me some insane stuff as a kid, but now that I'm an adult, it's like it ain't insane no more. It was the realest thing you could tell
We got to go a little
somebody.
deeper in the book.
Yeah, go ahead, my bad. I just wanted to put that out there, you know, because we talk. You know what I mean? But black parents, we harsh, man. You harsh. I ain't harsh to this kid.
You heard I say mother traumas.
Right? Yeah.
Trauma.
Hey, man.
Traumatized.
Yeah,
Bringing
man.
out the out traumas.
Right.
Nah, but that's
Yes.
top. I mean,
I got a question. So when your mother told you this, where do you think that came from? Why do you think she expressed that to you at such a young age in the way she did?
It came from a place of hurt, her own hurt, and she really felt in her heart of hearts, she's not responsible for what took place in her marriage. She fought me for it, so that's where it came from, her hurt. You know.
Yeah.
You know, if she would have owned her own issue and maybe even talked to her husband about it or something, I don't know. But I just know I shouldn't have been at fault for it. You know, I shouldn't have been at fault.
You
Right.
feel it was misplaced anger, misplaced hurt that got directed to you?
Yes, yes. And it was intentional. I lived it every day. Her hurt.
do you feel like you were the outcast?
Yes, she called me a misfit.
And that's that black.
So
That's
you,
that
so
black
you, I'm
love,
gonna say you
man.
would be the black sheep.
Yes, yes. Yes.
Man.
Well, but in that, because I'm curious, that's such a young age to hear something like that. What do you remember about in that moment? Like when you heard her say that when you were 9, what did you think in that moment?
I wanted out. And my out at that time was I wanted to be unalived. Yes, that was my out. I mean, it was torture. And then to hear it every day from my sister, and like I said, my brothers didn't do it. They didn't do it, but they followed my sister's lead, you know, being mean. They might didn't say the stuff, but they, you know, they shunned me. They pushed me away, you know. And I even when I was the baby of the bunch, I can't remember even at my big age today. I try to think about being the baby. I can't tell you anything about being the baby other than them visiting the hospital trying to see who I belong to. But fathers getting, you know how the youngest get a special treatment, the oldest might get a special treatment. I didn't encounter any of that as a baby.
Man,
Yes.
that's not good. It's not good.
So did you actually try to unalive yourself?
Yes, I did.
What was
At
your
15.
age?
At 15.
15?
Yes. Yes.
Like so, you know, I want to ask, like, how do you even think to prepare yourself for something like that?
Something like what?
Like to
Talking about mentally?
Like, yeah, not to like to take yourself out of here. Like I would like to know, like, what's the mental day-to-day thinking, like, sooner or later I'm going to do this.
I can't take anymore. That's your
Right.
thought process. Enough is enough. Why me? You know? And one of the hardest things I had to wrestle with was if your mother don't love you, who gonna love you? You know, who gonna love you? And she would just look at me and we'd be in the same room and she'll say, you're one whatever that I don't want to meet in hell or anything derogatory. And I'll say, huh, Ma, you talking to me? She said, I'm just talking to myself, thinking out loud.
But you heard it.
But she only would do it when it was her and I. If it was my sister or a brother or somebody else, it never happened. And I've always was in tune with what was going on. You know, I had to be. If I wasn't on my toes, I would have lost myself a long time ago.
So how was your relationship with your real father?
I never got a chance to know him. He passed when I was 9 years old. Prior to him passing,
So you never met him?
I met him just like I met you, you know. He never announced he was my dad. I seen him, went to visit him. She dressed me up to go see him. And just because of my intellect and the person that I am, like I said, I've always been in tune. I knew he was my dad, the conversation.
Did you know it then, or did you know it just after the fact?
No, I knew it then. I knew it then.
Because you knew that your father, the one that she was with, married to, you knew he wasn't your real father off top, obviously, because of your siblings, right?
Yes, and when I would ask questions, I asked my mom, I'll say, is that my dad? She said, that's the dad that I gave you. And how I knew, she have a way with words. And when Dad would pull up, that's my stepdad, when he would pull up, she would holler up the stairs, she would say, Blaze, you know, she would call my brother and she'd call my sister, and she'll say, your dad is outside. And then I'm coming behind him because it's the three of us, and she say, and Candy, you can go too. And I say, I can go too? And then my sister, she would say, Princess, she would say, Blaze, our dad is outside, our dad is outside. Candy, you coming to see our dad too? You know, she would make sure I knew.
Is that, I mean, at that time, was you unsure?
No, I wasn't unsure. I wasn't unsure.
But you knew that it was, but they just made sure that you knew that this ain't your dad.
It was never talked to us directly. It was, you know how.
They never told you,
No,
like, just
never,
flat out, this ain't your daddy. You
no.
just heard, damn, bro.
You always, for instance, back then, back in the 70s, I was born in Ohio. This is what took place in Ohio. The winter months is always cold, you know, so we snowed in. So the families, they would give card parties, you know, kickbacks. You pay, you have food, drinks, and this and that. So this was one particular card party. I think I was like about 7, maybe 5, younger than that. Everybody that came over that wanted to see, you know, it was still the whispers about who my dad was. Mom was hollering up the stairs, Candy, you know, I come down and Miss So-and-so would say, yeah. And then my mom said, you remember such and such? And I'll say, no. And that'd be the end of the conversation. She said, okay, go on back up the stairs. On my way up the stairs, the lady or the man will say, nah, she do look like Russ. Nah, she don't look like her. No, she look like, you know, and that would be the conversation. But I'm hearing the conversation, you know, and you can hear everything standing at the top of the stairs, you know. Right. But even though you're not in their presence. Or you keep on coming downstairs because the kids upstairs, you keep coming down, you want water, you want something, because, you know, you're ear hustling, you know what I'm saying? And so I always heard the conversations. Then I lived in the inner city, and so, you know, everybody know everybody's business. Everybody's, you know, yeah. So they would just talk openly about it, so she didn't have to tell me. So we knew, you know.
That's crazy right there.
That is.
She never told me. Yeah, even at my big age today, for the record, I have asked her about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, you got the dad I gave you. Don't worry about that. So she have never admitted to me. So if she got some stuff, you know, she have to own, you know, and that's her own business. However, my healing came with me owning mine. You get what I'm saying? That's what my own healing, you know. And this is the hardest thing that I have ever done, was to be able to talk about my mom in a negative sense. I love my mom, but I have to heal me. I'm healing that 9-year-old girl in me right now. You get what I'm saying? I have to talk about it. This is the stuff that almost killed me. I have had 2 strokes. And just had a mild stroke in June that just passed. I had 2 strokes, a nervous breakdown, a heart attack, and lost my vision for 9 months, okay? I'm talking about the stuff that almost killed me. So it's not about me throwing shade at my mom, my sisters, my brothers. And what made it easy for me to write is I had to take the title out of it. How could you say this stuff and say my mom in the end? You get what I'm saying? Or my dad did this to me. It's not easy. It didn't bring me no joy. It brought me joy and healing by getting it up out of me. Like I said, pressure will burst a pipe. That was pressure in me, you know. And I thank God that I had the fortitude to hear his word and to listen and to be obedient. Because if I wouldn't have been, I'd be lost. I'd be gone.
So, like, the months leading up to when you first started to write your first words, where were you going through? What was the thing that finally, like, I have to write this down?
What was a tipping point?
Yeah.
Over the years, like I said, I had always wanted to write a book, and I had always had stuff journaled. I always had bits and pieces. Then the pandemic hit, and that's when we was closed in. And the only place I can go to was my daughters. But I didn't feel comfortable going to my daughters because they had a lot of outside interaction, you know, school work, you know. And with my resistance being low, I didn't think it was a good idea. So everything was starting to drive me nuts, everything. And I got on the phone one day and I'm explaining this to a friend. And she said, well, Candy, this is the perfect time to write a book. I'm like, no, I don't know. Next thing I know, I had 3 or 4 friends. Here go a publisher, they sending me stuff. So, I had that push that I needed. Once I got that push, it was gone. I wrote the book in 4 months.
What was the hardest chapter to write?
It wasn't so much about the chapters. It was about the owning it. It was about acknowledging it. The hardest part was about open up and receiving what I need to put, because I had to relive everything in order to write about it. So I had to have an open mind. And the hardest part to write was talking about my parents in a negative manner. It hurted me to the core. But it was something I had to do because I wanted to be healed, and I wanted to be healed at all costs, and that was the cost I paid.
Has your mother read the book?
I don't know for sure, but rumor has it she read some of it.
So how's your relationship now?
It's still non-existing.
Non-existent.
Yes.
Have your sisters and brothers read the book?
They have.
How do they feel?
They don't talk to me. It didn't bring them in.
That's what black people
Yes.
do.
Was it?
That's what we do.
Were they talking to you before the book?
Great question. No.
So it didn't make no
They
difference.
was talking at me here and there, and that's fine. And that's why I can say the love was lost long before the book. They act like it was because of the book, And since then, I got a chance to read it, and I tried to picture how would I feel if it was me. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I understand their pain and they hurt. Nobody want to be exposed. I just use this. When John Walsh say, we looking for somebody, the America's Most Wanted, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I know that's probably how they felt, because there was a lot of people from our community that know us on a personal level. And they didn't know what was going on within our household. They thought us as the Thomases was closer. And nobody knew me because I was the one that got away. So they didn't know. They just they knew the name Candy, but they didn't know the person.
What do you mean you got away?
Great question. I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
I got away. At 17 years old, I moved here to Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah, I moved here with my 2-month-old baby in high school. Yes, I left.
So you left on your own and you got back into school, or?
I came here to Arizona to visit he was the father of my child. He moved back home. I met him in California where I lived at, and he moved here. So I came here to visit when my daughter turned 2 months old. And once I got here, I seen that life can be better. It was like a leap of faith at that point.
Yeah.
And so I stayed. I didn't go back. And my mom didn't give me a choice. She called the police on me and said I ran away. So they was gonna lock me up and take my baby. So the ultimatum she gave me is in order for me to stay, I had to get married. So I got married. But I begged her. I didn't want to get married because I thought that was the wrong idea. And this was in October of that year. And I was going to be 18 in January. And I begged and I pleaded, don't make me get married. And she said no. So I got married. And that's why I ended up here.
So because you were underage, how did she make you get married? Was it a legal thing, or like she was? How did, in your mind, like, what made you think like I have to do this? And why did you feel like you couldn't just live without getting married?
I think after I seen the police, I was a kid. I'm 17. I think that scared me. Detectives came,
Thought
so I
you
think
was gonna lose your daughter.
Yeah, and then losing my daughter, that's all was in the forefront of my mind. And when she said that, and I said, well, I'll get married, I knew I was willing to try what was over here, opposed to going back there. I knew what was already over there. It wasn't working for me.
Yeah. Now so you got married to your child's father.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
How did the relationship go after that?
It went downhill. When she showed her true colors, he showed me who he was at that point. When you don't have a mother and you don't have anybody,
Even direction.
Yes. And he knew that I didn't have no place to run.
Yeah.
You know, it was like she threw me to the wolves. You
was
know,
trapped.
so
Yeah.
he showed. But prior to that, he was all that. But once she showed me she showed him how she was going to operate. Our relationship and everything went to hell.
Did they get along?
Pardon me?
Did they get along?
No,
Okay.
no.
But he just saw that you really didn't have anybody.
Right,
And
right.
he took advantage of that.
Yeah, the real him came out.
Yeah.
The real him.
Yeah. So this is in Arizona now. You guys are out here?
Yes.
So was he 17 too?
No, he was 22.
Okay.
He was 22.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a little bit of an age difference.
Yes.
And then what happened after that? So after it started to go downhill, you just stayed in it, hope that it got better, or did you try to make some plans to?
I stayed as long as I could stay. The abuse, the physical, the mental, the verbal abuse, it got so much. I went back home. Yes. And I went back home and it was better. But I didn't have to go to her. I was grown now. I was grown
You
now.
have to go back to your mom.
No, I didn't have to go back to her.
So you just went back
Yes.
and just stayed on your own?
Yes, I stayed on my own.
Man.
And that was a few years later. By then, I done had a second child with him. We done got married and had our second child. And prior to that, I do want to say, when she gave me the ultimatum of getting married, I got married that same week. She told me that on Monday, and I was married on Friday.
Damn.
She wasn't wasting no time. She said, you got to get married now. And she meant now.
Like, you don't know why she like made you do that? Like, you don't.
Yes. She was evil. And she was intentional about destroying my peace, my joy, and happiness by all means necessary. That's the only way I can sum it up.
Right.
And I say that because I have the sister that's older than me, that's 9 months older than me. She was already on her second baby at 15, and she didn't have that issue. And then I got 3 sisters that's younger than me. They had babies at 13 and 14, and they didn't have that
You're
issue.
the only one that she said that.
The only one. The only one.
Man, you got to do better, people.
Yes. Yes.
That's evil.
Yes.
Got to do better.
So when you were writing this book, what have you learned about yourself through the process of writing it?
I learned that I am stronger and I'm better than I ever thought I was. For me to even think of something about unaliving myself or stooping to their level, you know, that's what I was doing, because I was looking for acceptance. I don't have to look for acceptance. I know my worth today.
Yeah. And anybody who reads the book, what do you hope that they are able to?
I hope it empowered them, that you don't have to bow down to nobody. And the biggest thing is, take titles out of it. It's not easy to be healed when you saying, my mama. You know, it's hard. So sometimes I might say, that lady, you know. But I don't say this in a disrespectful manner. I love my mom. I love my mom, but I love me more, you know.
Oh, man, hallelujah to that.
Yes.
Gotta respect that.
I definitely respect that.
So where can they get the book? Where can people get the book?
You can get it from me, Tanya Candy Thomas. You can go to my social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or you can get it on Amazon.
Okay. Nice.
Mistakes are made for a reason.
Yeah, mistakes are made for a reason.
Yeah, that's I mean, it's way deeper than that, but you know, of course we can't give it all to them.
Amen.
Got to read the book.
Yeah, you gotta go read
Yeah,
it.
gotta read
What
yourself.
part stood out to you most when you read it? Because you read it.
Oh, it's just the I ain't gonna lie, she went through a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be strong to go through, you know, through certain things. Like, for example, me and Bird, we been broke into 4 times. We done had a fire. We didn't lost a lot, but it takes a lot for you to still be here. You know
when you
what I
walk
mean?
up to your business and see somebody you care about and they ain't breathing no more. We've been through that.
We've been
You know what I
through a
mean?
lot of that. We've been through a lot of trials and tribulations, but it's like, it's about, you know, how you handle that.
So
You gotta make it through that.
I got a quick question, right? Because I'm not a woman, right? So when I hear what women go through, I wouldn't have a clue because I'm not one. But like you know, from what I was seeing on, you know, just skimming through the book, like you've been in situations where, like, you don't try to put yourself in there. Like, how did you get there? Like, you know, because what?
Make it in that situation.
Yeah, how did you, like, when it did happen to you, like where you find the strength to get, like man, because from what I was seeing in there, I know, you know, you had a certain situation, and it was like I don't have to worry about that, because that's why I got a daughter, and I worry about men, you know, doing something to them, right? You know, they cut from anywhere, right? But I've never, you know, had that because I'm not a woman. But, you know, you don't know where it can come from. A family member, it can somebody they might not, you know them from school, and they think they can just, you know, take your privacy. Mm-hmm. And I just want to know, like, how is that? Like, how does that feel?
That's one of the worst feelings. That's one of the worst feelings, to be violated. I mean, yes, I experienced that as well. At 9 years old, I was violated, sexually assaulted by my sister that's older than me, and my teenage cousin. That was one of the worst things I had to endure. And to add salt to the wound, when I told my mom, and she faulted me for it.
She didn't believe you?
I don't think it was that she didn't believe me. She didn't want to believe that her princess had anything to do with it. And it didn't matter what happened to me. You deserved that. You probably was over there being fast. She said to me, she said, get out my face and never breathe those words no more in life. She said it like that, and that it just pierced my heart.
Yeah, that's why we.
That was 9 years old, and yeah.
Man,
Yes.
Black people got to do better than that. We can't. That happens all the time.
Right, and that's just women.
We can't normalize this.
Yes.
Right, because
I'm not saying nothing about that, man.
Because I know. At one point, I remember I lived in Vegas at one point, and I dated a girl, and I remember going to her house, and it's like 15 people there, and she got little sisters and stuff. The first thing went through my mind is, you have to get away from this and take them, because you don't know what goes on in a house when you're not there. Right? It's only so much you can see. And it's sad to say that our family members, like the person you care about the most, is doing this to us. Like, that's unacceptable.
Sometimes the kid is scared to say something about it. That's why I say it happens every day.
Right.
Sometimes they're scared to say something about it. Or if they do, they don't believe them.
Yes.
So we can't normalize that, man. We gotta.
Yes.
I would talk about something, but I'm not ready yet. But I know it happens.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And man, my thing is, I'm a grown man, and in my mind, I couldn't see myself touching a child.
Right.
So to even think, even in high school, like, I wouldn't think of nothing like that. Like, I guess I live by a certain standard. Like, like even at my age now, I can go out and I can see a little girl 23 years old, and she might tell me I'm cute. And in my mind, I'm like, you a baby.
Right.
Like, I got kids older than you. Mm-hmm. Like, I wouldn't dare. You know what I mean? Because I know how I would feel if my daughter walked in the door with somebody twice her age. Right. And I'm thinking in my mind, like, what you even want with this little kid? Right? And especially if you got kids older than her, and you telling me this is what you like. I'll be so baffled when I see men, stoop to that level. Like, man, you got a kid that age. Like, I got my oldest son will be 29, and I wouldn't dare, even go that low. Just my personal opinion.
Been happening a long time, Burge. You went to school.
Right. I see it all the time. I just see, and then it kills me when I see teachers. The people with me. You see teachers and people you're supposed to be able to go to, and this is what they
look at the Epstein files,
Well, I would say this.
You see what they was doing?
Right.
They wanted them extra young.
Mm-hmm. Right, and that's just crazy to me. Like,
crazy.
Like,
and really had them running through there.
Right. But
Thousands of them.
so when you like when you got finished with your book, like what was that first deep breath like? Like what was that thought? Because after you read it to yourself, that I mean,
You writing a book, you read that mug every day. It's like,
Right.
tired of reading that thing.
So when you finally finished and you read the whole thing, I want to know what was that deep breath like? Because we all gonna take it. Like what was that feeling?
I was like, dang, I done it.
Okay.
Then I took a deep breath and I really received what I have written, and I was like, if there wasn't a God, or if I didn't believe in God, or if I wasn't at where I'm at in my Christmas faith today, I know there's a God exists, because it wasn't nobody but God that got me through all this.
Right.
I'm talking about traumatized from conception, from the time that I was conceived. I mean, that's a hard thing to live. And then to live it with your mom, your siblings every day of your life. I mean, I'm talking about I suffered in silence for many years. We were taught in my house, what goes on in our house, stay in our house. You don't talk our business.
No, that's
so
true.
for many years, I've never said nothing. I just took a lot of torment within those walls of our home. So I had to make a name for myself on the outside of those walls. And I did. I was a fighter, but I didn't pick no fight, but I
Right.
settled them. I settled them. And I'm not saying this boasting. I'm saying I was beat down so much. Ain't no way I was letting the bride in the street beat me down. I took all I can take, So it wasn't about even no argument when they came talking about fighting. Let's just do it. You brought it to me. Let's do it. I'm ready, because I had so much in me. I was double teamed inside. I wasn't going to fight them. I mean, her and I, my sister, we fought here and there. But it'd be a brother breaking it up, getting his lick in too. You know how you do with strangers. I was a stranger. It would be a brother getting his lick in. Or they'd be holding me so she can get a couple of good licks in. Because she couldn't get with me, So, when I say ostracized, alienated, black sheep, all that stuff, I was all that. I lived that. So what she did for Eva at 17 years old, God meant for good. God meant for good. So I learned a lot about me. I learned about my moral compass. I learned that I'm not like them, I'm grateful today. I can say this with no malice. And when I wrote it, I had no animosity. It was God-centered. I prayed every time it was time to write, because that's the only way I can get through it. If I didn't have no Christ in me, I wouldn't be sitting here today. I wouldn't be sitting here. It ain't been easy. It ain't easy talking about it, but it brings me peace because I'm owning it. Everybody know what denial do to you. It'll send you in left field. But when you own it, you can put things in perspective in order to move forward. And that's where I'm at today. This is healing for me. It's very therapeutic.
So have you been to actual therapy and counseling?
I haven't where I went actually and sat with anyone. However, when I finished writing the book, my publisher, she's a therapist, and she told me I would need therapy, and so she did. I had counseling sessions with her, and also I have support groups, Celebrate Recovery, and I recommend that. So I have used that. Yes.
Yeah, that's gonna be my last question. I think probably one of the most important ones is how is your mental health now?
My mental health is great. I'm in a better place. I'm in a better place, now that I have released it. I can see what was holding me back. It comes out in everything you do. In your sleep. Your blood pressure. Just everything. Everything was off the chart because I was in denial. But now that I own it, I can walk now, and I can walk with my head up. I walk in power today. Because I have released what was holding me back.
No, that's so true. When you hold in anything like that, it starts to, if you don't release it emotionally, then your body starts to deteriorate.
Yes.
Because it has to come out. And that's the only way, and then your body will start to release it. And it's probably one of the worst ways to go out. So I'm thankful.
Mental too.
Yeah, I'm thankful that you had an outlet, that this is something that worked. I'm thankful that God was able to work through you, to speak through you. Deliver these words to not only help yourself, but to help whoever you're reading. So I think it's a blessing. think it's amazing what you went through and how you persevered. So, and I'm thankful that you shared your story. I really am.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome.
Appreciate you coming
You're
on.
welcome.
You got another question?
I'm out of questions.
You got a question? So, I got a question because I got one daughter, right? Man, that's like, you know, blessing. So, how many children do you have?
I have 2 daughters.
You got 2 daughters, right? And I see they behind us over here.
No, that's a daughter and granddaughter.
Oh, that's a daughter and granddaughter? Okay,
3
my bad.
generations here
Man,
today.
that's super love. All right, so I'm gonna say this because I think this is so. You know, when they read your book or when they go through certain stuff in life, like where's the sit down and how do you break that down to them? Because this is the truth, right? And then I'm pretty sure because I'm not out. My baby got one of the perfect moms in the world, so I'm now when I leave here, I'm gonna call her and ask her, hey, how often do you talk to our child? Because after listening to your story and knowing that you got babies, I just want to know how do you break down situations with them.
Okay. Well, my daughter, she's sitting over there. That's my baby daughter.
That's your baby daughter. Okay.
Great relationship. A lot of things I don't have to verbalize. She have watched me. She have watched me evolve. She's seen how I grow. She's seen the type of mother I was. And during the time of the book, she began to ask questions, and I thought it was appropriate. For the record, she's 41 now, so
Okay.
she was well of age at that time.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, she see that I'm different from my other siblings. She seen the mother skills that I had, and she began to mimic it. I'm saying like the mother I was with her and her sister. I had them dress alike. I was so scared of treating one different than the other because of my own treatment. So they dressed alike. Their bedroom was alike. They might have had different color, but they had everything the same in their room. If it was her birthday in May, she got a gift for her birthday. Her birthday is in August. They got a gift because I was so scared of them feeling, shunned. I knew what that felt, and I never want them to experience that. So it was certain things that I had to do. It wasn't I never went with, she got that because she's the oldest and she got that because I was the youngest. No, y'all gonna be equal. I want to show equal love. So it spilled over that way. And then my daughter with her daughter, she mimicked the same thing. And then when my granddaughter came along, I started telling her about some things, some dreams and some visions and things I wanted to do. And one of the ones was, at 16, I wanted to go to the military. That was my way out. In my era, either they was going to the military or they was going to job corps. They was getting out the house,
Right.
So mine was, I wanted to go to the military. And Mom said to me, she said, Candy, she said, you don't have to go to the military to be gay. You can come out right now if you wanted to. And she didn't say, I'm saying exactly like she said. She said, you don't have to go to the military to be a bulldagger. And I'm like, wow, this lady don't have a clue. That was my thought process. And so she said that and it just tore me down. So that was a story in itself. So I said that to my granddaughter enough, and she said, Grandma didn't let you go. She said, I'm gonna do what Grandma didn't let you do. So she went to the Navy. Yeah. So we do things like that together. So I can see stuff that they know that hurt me and traumatized me, and they knew some good in it, and they like the way I move, and things make sense, you know what I'm saying? Okay. And so they pick up on stuff. We all pick up on stuff, good, bad, or indifferent, but I'm glad the good they always pick up on, and I see it.
Nice.
Yes.
It's powerful.
Well, look, I'm gonna say this. I appreciate you coming on because we had a tough day today.
Hey, I've been asking about you for months.
And the reason I was asking about you is because I didn't know you had wrote no book. I just like your ray of sunshine when you come around, right? You know what I mean? So you meet people sometimes, and just you always got this big like smile. You passing out hugs, like you just like right. So this all of a sudden I tackle this book, right? That I'm definitely need to reread, but just to see the highlights of it and say that lady went through that, like this sweet little lady that come in and see Ave
She
and
don't look like what she been
right,
through.
and she just hugging and she like you just make you feel like a big auntie or something when you come around here, like right.
Bird, you know how I met her?
How's that? explain it to me.
Walked in the door one day.
She just walked in the door.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
walked in the door one day and we talked for probably 5 hours, and after she left, she was my auntie.
Yeah, right?
I promise you,
Man,
that's how it happened.
that sounds like a blessing.
That's how it happened,
Because
bro.
watch this. Like, she gave me a hug one day, and then she like, you know who I am? No, right? I don't. But the hug was so delightful, right? Because you can feel people's spirits when they hug you,
Yeah.
right? Man, she gave me a hug that made me feel like one of my aunties had gave me a hug and a slice of pizza, right? You know what I mean? So I just, like I said, so when I heard about this, and Abe say, man, you got to listen to her story, you know, woo-woo. So, you know, he explained a lot of it to me. And I'm saying, that lady went through that? Like that little nice lady? Like, oh, man, like you couldn't even tell me something went wrong because the spirit that you bring when you walk in the door.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
you
God to
know.
God get all the glory.
Yeah,
So,
that's for sure.
so I'm gonna say this, you know, like whatever you do, don't ever change where you at now, because the person you is now, I would have never guessed you had went through any of what you just told us.
To God get all the glory. To
Right.
God get all the glory.
Because I feel, like I said, I just feel the good spirit when you come around. So it baffled me when Abe said she got a story. And I said, we all got stories. Abe like, no. You know, like Abe gave me the head nod, like, no, man, like you really need to listen to her. So, you know, but I did want to get you on because one thing that, you know, me and Abe been doing, and B-Man actually, you know, I love him. You know, he's one of the...
See, you had the great questions
Man,
today.
you're right. Because B give us a different aspect of a lot of stuff as far as this show go. So I love the way B always pop in and represent us, because, you know, once we on the show, we're all together. So I love the way he represents us, and we want to get more into stuff like, you know, people with books and knowledgeable stuff, because, you know, we
want to teach the
right,
people.
We want, you know, we don't want to just be somebody that got a podcast and we just talk mess all day. You know, sometimes you have to be serious.
Amen.
Right? And, you know, so that's why I wanted you on, because once Abe sort of gave me a little bit of your value, I said, man, we got to talk to her.
Thank
Right?
you.
We
Thank
gotta
you.
talk to her,
Thank
man.
you.
You know, like, let's just see what she say, you know, and then give us some input. So, like I said, and to be honest with you, like, I still tripping out that one of these your grandbabies over here, because she
That's mother and daughter.
This
That's
your
mother and
granddaughter.
daughter.
That little granddaughter, how you doing? All right, yeah, look, I thought that was a grown woman over there.
Well, she's 20?
She 20? Oh yeah, she grown woman. She paying bills.
So
That's
she
what I'm
went
talking
to
about.
school with AJ.
Oh yeah, okay. So she
Yeah.
went to school with AJ. Okay, all right. Hey, that's love, man. Because I appreciate that, and just thank you, man, for the kind words you said today. And you know, and you sort of, you know, like I said, you give that vibe. So, you know, we had a harsh day, and I just want to say this to everybody out there: when you have days like me and Abe had today, not saying that we perfect when it comes to this, right? But you have to open up your door. Yeah. You have to look like you're still in business. You have to give off the persona that even though life stabbed me in the back today, I'm not going to lie on it. I'm not going to lie on somebody stabbing me in the back. I'm going to pull the knife out of my back, I'm going to put a patch on the wound, and I'm going to make everything else better.
You can't wear what you done been through that day.
And I want, and I
Can't
also,
wear it on you.
right, and I also want to thank the people that own our building, NPB Realty, Big Mike and Tina.
They
I want to
came
thank
through
y'all.
big.
Y'all came through today, and y'all made us still feel like we have love.
Yeah.
And that's a blessing. So, you know, I just want to give out all the blessings that I can today. And
Thank
like I said,
everybody else again
Yeah.
that showed us some love today, because
Right.
we appreciate that.
all right, yes,
It was
yes, ma'am.
pouring in.
So I want to say this. So, how you like today?
I love it. It was a blessing to be here. I thank you guys for having me. I appreciate everything, and let's do it again.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look. So
Yes.
look, now when I write my book, I want to come on your show. Cause I'm gonna get you a show so we can come on. Now I'm gonna write me a book now. I got all
Already
kinds
made
of
her
stuff.
own show.
We finna get her a show.
Okay.
Huh? You know what I mean?
And I want to come back.
Yeah. Oh no, you can come back anytime you want.
Okay. And I got another
Anytime
book
you
in
want.
rotation.
You got another book in
got another
rotation?
book.
What's this?
Part 2?
No, well, actually, it's a journal. I'm doing a journal.
Oh, okay, yeah. You was telling me about
so
the
everybody
journal,
can tap
yeah.
in their inner feelings.
Okay. So you waiting on one of your grandbabies to name this too?
No, I already got a name.
Oh, you
for
got a name for it. So what's the name for it? Are you holding on?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
What's the name of the book?
They got a
That's
raise.
my manager.
That's your manager right
That's
there?
my manager.
Hey, you know what? She look like a manager too. Yeah, I know.
Mean as hell, huh?
I noticed most managers always got on some fresh shoes, right? You know, man, you see a manager, man, they got some shoes on you ain't never seen before. You know what I mean? Because I would have seen those and like, man, I'm bypassed, but you know, she fancy. You know what I mean? So, hey, all
appreciate
good,
you
man.
coming
Yes, man.
on.
Yes, man. Hey, make sure
tell
y'all
them again where you can go get it.
Yeah, please.
Amazon, or you can contact me on any social media. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
Tanya Candy Thomas.
Candy.
And we out.
Candy.
Steaks are made for a reason.
Why, my call